Alright, so now we're jumping in on all the doublers and the chorus. The vocals will have also some short delay and probably the guitar solos as well, just to provide a more sense of like big space or something. Um, and then in the next video I'll show I'll do that delay stuff, and then probably the next video I'll do reverb, or unless it's a short video then I might group those two together. So yeah, let's start on the bass here. I've already kind of adjusted a rough level here. So first we're going to do the doubler, and I'll show you what I've got here. 8 milliseconds seems to be like a somewhat magic number, at least to me, to my ears, for doing doubling delay. I have it set 100% wet because that's what I'm using a send channel, so I want this 100% wet, and then whatever I'm sending is going to be the mix of wet and dry. Also, there's no feedback. Low pass, high pass, I've adjusted roughly. I don't want to double any of the much lower frequencies. So like 180, 200 is about the cutoff range. This I kind of just went a little bit lower. Just kind of earballed it, listened for where it started to get a little bit more muddy, and that seems to be a good spot. So I also added a little bit of modulation just because it helps to create more depth in the doubling effect. So now let's solo the bass and listen for the difference. So I'll turn it way up so you can hear what it's doing. So without the doubler, it's straight down the middle. With the doubler, it's kind of shifting things around, and it sounds like it's coming from left and right, and kind of doing weird things. So I still want it to be fairly right down the center, but adding a little bit of this doubler will widen it slightly. Excuse me. So about -28 is, I think, as high as I want to go. I don't want to change it too much. I just want it to widen slightly so that first of all, it sounds cool, and then you might be able to hear it better in the mix. So let's hear it.
Just not my style. I can see what you mean to me. Don't make a sound, 'cause it's all over town. It's all over town, baby.
Yeah, that's probably about as much as I want to do. Now let's jump on this chorus. And I'll exaggerate it again. So that weird chorusy thing is what it's doing. And again, I don't want to put too much, because then it takes away from that hard, centered grounding bass. It's kind of going all over the place. I only want a little bit of this. And again, this is just to sort of widen it up, bring it out in the mix.
'Cause it's all over town. I saw you just the other day. No, it wasn't too much. I didn't have nothing to say. You're just a little out of touch. You've been all over town. It's been a long, long mile. I should have known all along. Just not my
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah, let's jump on the guitars now here. So we got a doubler. I had it set quite a bit higher than the bass, about 4 dB. That's not a heck of a lot, but I wanted the guitars to be more wide than any of the other stuff. Perhaps the vocals I might go a little bit higher as well, just to get a little bit more, not so much the widening, but just projection in the mix. So you can hear when we go really high, it starts doing some crazy stuff. So we don't want to go, sorry again, oh my. We don't want to go that crazy, faux show. We want to keep it quite natural sounding. So yeah, it creates a little bit of space, kind of a cool effect. Projects it out in the mix a little bit better. Now let's do the chorus. So 20 is too much. Minus 28 is probably pretty good.
denial. I should have known all along. You're just not my style. I can see what you means to me. Don't make a sound, 'cause it's all over town.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That should work just fine. The guitar solo, we can go quite a bit higher. And here I've went like minus 21 and minus 19, which is quite a bit. But let's have a listen. So at about minus 19, you can start to hear that weird craziness. The metallic doubling, as it's called. So if we back off quite a bit, then we're still in the natural sounding zone. And I think this is about as high and as low as I'd like to go. It's doing what I want it to do, so I'll leave it at that. Let's move on to the chorus. So -8 is for sure too much. -10 is too much. -14 is still too much. -20 is acceptable. Let's stick with this and then compare with the other guitar. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. With all of this stuff, there's like some movement going on, which is nice. It's a lot less boring than two guitars right down the middle and kind of piling over top of each other. And then with the bass, let's hear that.
You're just not my style. I can see what you means to me. Don't make
Yeah, that's good. Now let's do the old vocal doubles.
I can see in your eyes, and I can tell by your smile that you've been all over town.
Too much.
It's been a long, long mile.
Too much.
'Cause you're engaging in love with no regrets or denial. I should have known all along. You're just not my style.
This is pretty good.
I can see what you means to me. Don't make a sound, 'cause it's all over town. I can see in your eyes, and I can tell by your smile that you've been all over town. It's been a long, long mile. 'Cause you're engaging in love with no regrets or denial. I should have known all along.
There, that's better.
You're just not my style.
Yeah, it was this
I can see.
really fast rate that was doing that craziness. So this is better. So now I can crank it a little bit higher on this doubler effect.
I can see in your eyes, and I can tell by your smile that you've been all over town. It's been a long, long mile. 'Cause you're engaging in love with no regrets or denial. I should have known all along, you're just not my style. I can see what she means to me. Don't make a sound, 'cause it's all over town. I saw you just the other day. No, it wasn't too much.
Yeah, that's quite good. Now on the chorus.
I can see in your eyes, and I can tell by your smile, that you've been all over town. It's been a long, long mile, 'cause you're engaged in love, with no regrets or denial. I should have known all along, you're just not my style. I can see what she means to me. I can see in your eyes, and I can tell by your smile, that you've been all over town. It's been a long, long mile. You're engaged in love, with no regrets or denial. I should have known all along, you're just not my style. I can see what she means to me. Don't make a sound, 'cause it's all over town.
Yep. That seems to work pretty good. And again, I want to keep this stuff sounding quite natural. The doubler I can probably go a little bit higher without sacrificing any natural sound. But the chorus will tend to really make things all warbly and crazy. So on the chorus I've held back, except for this guitar solo, because I'm trying to create depth and space and kind of whirly-goo stuff. So yeah, that's it for this. Next I'll do the vocal delay, and I might also try and fit in some of this longer delay like I was talking about. Like on the ends of words, it'll start to delay, so the end of the word will come back and delay. But that would only be in, let's say, some key parts of the song, and it would hopefully add to the song itself, like so as like it would be part of the creative intention of the song. If it's not doing that kind of justice, then I don't think I will do any of it, because some songs don't really merit that kind of effect. And the last song of this band that I mixed, it was too much of a rock and just give her hard, not super hard, but like just go, you know? So there was no room for that long delay. And this one, it seems like there's more room for it, but I'm gonna guess right now that I won't be doing it because it doesn't seem to merit that kind of effect. But yeah, so let's before I move on to the next thing, let's just listen without any of these send effects. So none of the parallel compression, none of the delay, none of the chorus and stuff. Let's check it out. So before.
I can see what she means to me. Don't make a sound, 'cause it's all over town. I saw you just the other day.
And after.
No, it wasn't too much. I didn't have nothing to say. You're just a little out of touch. You've been all over town. It's been a long, long mile. I should have known all along. Just not my style. I can see what you mean to me.
Yeah, stuff is projecting a lot better. It's a little bit clearer, like more there, so to speak. And it's also a little bit, it seems brighter, but I think it's just because it's kind of louder. And therefore it seems more present and more in your face kind of thing. And the doubling helps, the parallel compression helps, and the chorus helps to create that movement. So yeah, those are some good send effects to be using in your mix. So anywho, let's move on to the next video.